Morning, everyone. My name is Angel Peralta, and I'm coming from the state of Georgia. Today, I am going to be presenting an issue that is nationwide. It's not just in the state of Georgia. Although there are laws across the states regarding it, there is just one law kind of uniform and standardizing the laws across the nation. Although it's not in place very well, and the laws in each state kind of determine more so how things should work regarding working animals. So the fact sheet that I'm presenting you today is on standardizing working animals. So the issue at hand is that there seems to be a lack of a standardized definition regarding working animals such as therapy animals, service animals, and emotional support animals. There's also a lack in laws regarding uniformity for standards of these animals in regards to their medical care, training, penalties for interfering with their work, and as well as public health and safety regarding these animals. There is also a lack in the way that we identify these animals across state lines. So although the ADA's law is a nationwide law, as of the recent update in February 2020, they only define service animals as dogs specifically, and that they're individually trained to do work or perform tasks for people with disabilities. Now, although this is a uniform law across the nation, each state is still in charge of determining specifications on species, training standards, care, penalties for interference with these animals, as well as the different privileges that each animal can have, such as the therapy animal, service animal, and emotional support animal. This all varies across different states. This makes it very difficult for those with disabilities that have service animals to travel across states because their service animal in one state may not be lawful or under the same protections as it would be in another state. So it makes it very difficult. This issue is so important because 19% of the population has a disability. So working animals are not uncommon. They're going to be everywhere. They're the same thing as a wheelchair or a walking stick. They are tools used for those with disabilities. So they're not uncommon. And a lack of standards makes it very easy for these animals to be falsified, which poses a threat to public health and safety. So a false service animal can potentially harm or even kill somebody because somebody basically presented it as a real service animal when it was not. Also, increasing standardization in the care and training will increase public safety and health. So as a representative coming from Georgia and researching and presenting these different fallacies in this current law, I am lobbying for an increase in detail on this law so that it translates not only to each state, it's nationwide, so it creates a standardized definition, a standardized and uniform basic set of principles to follow so that an individual with a disability can travel state to state without worrying about if they can use their service animal, which basically helps them to live. So in the law I'm proposing, I am asking that we create a standard definition on therapy animals, service animals, emotional support animals, including their breeds, size requirements, their species. I am also asking that we create a standardized form of identification so that when these animals travel, they must have some form of ID or certificate or letter stating that they are certified and legally able to travel and be present in public spaces. I am also asking for certification amongst breeders of these service animals or working animals, veterinarians that are treating and caring for these animals in routine visits to make sure they're receiving the proper care, as well as certification for the trainers who are training these animals to perform the task and to perform in public. Overall, I am asking for standardized laws that translate between each state to eliminate the confusion, the ability to falsify these animals, and to create the lives of the disabled people in our population to create an easier experience for them to use their service animal across state lines.